3, 2, 1. Happy New Year.
Oh, for God's sake, Niall!
Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Unless you're new around here, then welcome to my channel. My name is Jasmine. My main channel is called Jasmine Zayn. If you want to go over there and subscribe, I have a lot more content over there, like vlogs and stuff. And if you want to check it out, link is always in the description. Guys, 1K subscribers! 1K? Oh my god, I do want to just take a minute and thank you all so much for 1,000 subscribers. I remember I woke up a few days ago and went on my channel and I had the little YouTube notification that was like, congrats on 1,000, and I couldn't believe it. It was a really surreal moment. I think I've said this before, but I started Hey Angel about a year ago thinking that it was just going to be a little side hobby that wouldn't pick up and go anywhere. So the fact that I have a real audience now that actually care about what I have to say and look forward to my content means the world to me, and I cannot wait to keep growing and learning with all of you here as well as on my main channel. It's been such a journey and I cannot thank you enough. Another little disclaimer I have before I get into this video is I want to say that I finally made a Snapchat. I had a Snapchat obviously before that was just for like my personal life, but I made a Snapchat specifically for you guys and for my YouTube following and stuff. So if you want to stay updated with what I'm doing, then go add me on Snapchat at jszmarie. Of course, it's my username on everything. So daily updates and snaps and everything will be over there. So go check it out. Add me. Woo! Anyway, now that that's all said and done, welcome to the December rundown. December, I feel like, has been the longest month in this fandom out of all of them that I've filmed so far. Like, I can barely even remember what happened in the beginning of December because it's just been the longest month. So with that being said, I have lots of news and updates to give you guys for December. So without further ado, here's everything that happened in December. Just a little side note, I know there are a lot of little nitpicky events that I missed in this rundown because December was so freaking busy that there was like promo interviews and all these shows and everything going on almost every single day, and I know I missed some of them. I did that on purpose. I excluded some of the little nitpicky things just because all the boys have had so much promo this month for all their albums and stuff. So I'm sorry if I missed like little details. I really tried to get what was important here. So we're gonna kick off the December rundown on December 2nd. December 2nd is the day that Harrie first announced that the song Adore You would be out on December 6th. This all started because all these Eroda posters started showing up all over the place and everybody was like, oh, Adore You out December 6th. But then on December 2nd, Harrie actually formally announced it and dropped the full-length trailer for the music video that would be accompanying the song Adore You. Also on December 2nd, we get the Don't Let It Break Your Heart music video. It dropped on the 2nd. Really cool music video. Pay attention to the storyline. Go check out the music video if you haven't seen it yet. On December 3rd, Louis hosts a Walls listening party. I don't know if anyone knew that these were going on, but there was a couple of Walls listening parties that Louis hosted, and a bunch of fans got to listen to some unreleased songs, including the studio version of Habit. Imagine hearing Louis say, "It's been ages, different stages, come so far from Princess Park," in the studio. Also on December 3rd, it's announced that Harrie is going to be a guest on The Ellen Show. Also on December 3rd, Zayn surfaced for Giving Tuesday to promote Malala's fund. This fund provides access to education for girls worldwide. And on Giving Tuesday, Zayn surfaced to tweet about and talk about his role in the fund and how he's promoting it, which a lot of people were really happy about. It's something that needs to be talked about, something that needs to be addressed. So the fact that Zayn has an involvement in it is absolutely amazing. Everybody say thank you, Zayn. We love you. Thank you, Zayn. We love you. The next update is from December 4th, but I just want to say now that I don't know how to pronounce this company's name. L'Officiel, I don't know. But on December 4th, Harrie did a shoot and an interview with them, so we got all of his pictures and a little interview. I will link the interview in the description if you would like to read it. Also on December 4th, really random, but both Niall and Liam started choosing a bunch of random fans to add to Instagram group chats. I don't know why they did this, and I don't know why they did it on the same day, but on the same day, Liam and Niall were adding fans to these Instagram group chats. Niall had one and Liam had one. And in the group chat, in Niall's group chat, he was sending them lyrics to unreleased songs, basically. I think it was Put a Little Love on Me at the time, but he was sending them lyrics. And then Liam had a group chat where he added a bunch of his fans and he was answering fan questions about Hugo. Also on December 4th, I know, so many things happening on December 4th. Niall formally announces his new single called Put a Little Love on Me is set to drop on December 6th. Yes, the same day Adore You was set to drop. Also on the poster that promoted his new single, he had a phone number on there that you could call and listen to a snippet of his new single, Creative King. On December 5th, Louis did his performance at Poptopia in San Jose, California. That's the concert that I went to, and I have a whole experience on it. If you haven't seen that, go check it out on my channel. It was definitely the time of my life. I think about it every single day and how much I miss him. On December 6th, Harrie drops Adore You. I almost said Eroda. Harrie drops his single Adore You, and on the same night, Niall also dropped his new single, Put a Little Love on Me. Also later that night on December 6th, the Adore You music video comes out featuring Harrie in Eroda. I cannot believe the whole Eroda madness thing was just for this music video. Also on December 6th, I know, we're just keeping the ball rolling here, Harrie's episode on Graham Norton aired where he performed and did an interview. It was a really, really good performance. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and he had a cute little interview. The Rock and Kevin Hart were there. We're not done with the December 6th news. It keeps coming. But also on December 6th, Liam's solo debut album released called LP1. I'm sure you've heard of it. There was a little bit of controversy, how do you say that word? Controversy. That thing, over one of his songs. I think it's called Both Ways. A lot of people were upset about the lyrics and the criteria of the song. So there was a lot of controversial stuff going on with Liam on the day of his album drop. I kind of already talked about this in my Q&A, how I kind of feel about Liam and the situation that's going on with him. I don't agree with the song. I don't agree with the lyrics, just personally. I always want this channel and my main channel and anything that I do to be nothing but honest. So I'm not gonna sit here and pretend that I'm perfectly okay with everything that Liam has done and said, because I'm not. And I do think that it's really healthy to correct people when they mean something to you, especially your idols. If they do something you don't like or they do something that's problematic, don't just sit there and defend them. If you think it's wrong, you need to call them out. You need to educate them. You need to say something. Because if you give a shit about them, you're gonna want to see them do better and to learn to be better and to learn from their mistakes. So since Liam did something I don't agree with and I think is wrong, yes, I'm gonna speak out on it and say, hey, that wasn't cool, you need to educate yourself. However, I'm not going to shut out Liam and pretend he doesn't exist. No, I'm going to continue to report on him and update you guys on him. I think there's people online who are taking things really, really, really far and just saying really awful things about Liam that he doesn't deserve. I think he should be corrected, and I kind of unstand him, but I don't agree with dragging him through the mud. I think I will always have a lot of love for Liam just deep down because of what he's done for me for the past 8 years. But on the surface right now, I'm not the happiest with him, and I truly don't really listen to his music that much. But he has been doing a lot of things lately that I really don't agree with, so I'm gonna sit here and say it. Liam, do better, please, for the sake of everyone. Also on December 6th, Louis performs twice at the Kiss FM Jingle Bell Ball. I think the first show was actually free. I'm pretty sure it was just like a little, not that big of a deal, outside concert kind of thing, but then later he got added to the lineup and performed again inside of the venue. On December 7th, Liam and Harrie both did a performance at the Capitol Jingle Bell Ball. Yes, they were both there at the same time. I was actually really surprised that Harrie did a Jingle Ball performance. He usually doesn't perform shows like that, so it was actually really cool that he did that, and a lot of people got to go see him before he did like his forum shows and stuff like that. On December 10th, Niall releases new merch in his merch store online, including a bunch of Nice to Meet Ya hoodies and stuff like that. He released some like sweatshirts that just say like Niall Horn in the corner, just some like really cute merch. This Harrie merch came before my Niall merch. Also on December 10th is when we get Harrie's episode of Late Late. It was a part of a week that James Corden did where celebrities take over the show and host without James being there. It was actually a really good show. He did amazing. We got a little carpool segment in the beginning, and then he hosted and did interviews with all the guests. He also played Spill Your Guts or Fill Your Guts, which is... But then it was even more shocking when we found out that he did Spill or Fill with Kendall Jenner. But it ended up being really good. It wasn't awkward. It wasn't uncomfortable to watch. He did an amazing job. Spill or Fill was really funny. The whole show was just amazing. Also on December 10th, Liam did an album release show in the UK. I'm not sure the exact location of the show, but similar to Harrie's forum thing, Liam just did like an album show where he performed his album for all the fans who were there. This is really interesting. On December 12th, there was an event hosted by Spotify where fans were chosen to go and visit Eroda. You had to be 21 and older to get into this event because there was alcohol involved. But basically fans got to go to this thing, I don't even know what to call it, this event hosted by Spotify, where they went through Erota, which it was kind of like a haunted house kind of deal, but not haunted. It was just Erota. And the fans there got to meet Harrie as well as listen to Fine Line early. And the fans who went to that event also got all kinds of like Erota merch. On December 11th, Niall did his performance at the Q102 Jingle Ball in Philly. We got content of him and Lewis Capaldi hanging out backstage because Lewis was there as well, which I always think is such a good time. Yeah, Niall and Lewis, my favorite friendship duo ever in the history of friendship duos ever. Also on December 11th, Harrie's Crosswalk concert aired on The Late Late Show, even though Harrie wasn't hosting that night. But yeah, I think last month in the rundown I talked to you guys about how we saw clips and videos of Harrie filming the Crosswalk concert, so this month we actually got the full thing. Also on December 12th, Harrie's magazine shoot with The Guardian dropped. Let me just say, this is one of my favorite shoots that we've gotten from Harrie in a long time. Because some of my favorite shoots are like older ones, like the Another Man one that he did before and all that. But this one, she is beauty, she is grace. Also, on December 12th, Niall is a guest on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon. His episode was really cute. He did this thing where he read a book in a bunch of different accents, and that video ended up going viral and being posted all over the place because everyone, even locals, were like so impressed with Niall's ability to put on different accents. On December 13th, you already know what happened on December 13th. Fine Line dropped. This album drop was designed so that no matter where you lived, Fine Line would come out at midnight. So midnight my time, Fine Line came out. Midnight UK time, Fine Line came out because Harrie wanted to make sure everyone had it exactly on December 13th in their time zone. So yeah, Fine Line came out. I have an album reaction. I've talked about this so many times in the past few videos. If you still haven't seen my album reaction, it's still on my main channel. You can always just go and look at it. If you're wondering, now that I've spent lots of time with the album, I'd say my top 3 tracks are Fine Line, She, and Adore You. On December 13th, Louis performed at the Z100 Jingle Ball All Access Lounge. This took place in New York City, so that's where he was when he performed, as well as met a bunch of fans who were able to get in and see him. Then on that same day, December 13th, Niall also performed at the Z100 Jingle Ball, but he performed at the actual arena at the event, not at the Access Lounge. Yes, Niall Nation. Also, on December 13th, I know, just once again, lots to soak up on the 13th, Harrie did his one night only performance at the Forum in California, celebrating the release of Fine Line. Yeah, he performed the whole album, and then he did a bunch of extra songs. He did a Christmas song, which I wasn't expecting. He did What Makes You Beautiful. He did QE, Sign of the Times. And he had a special guest, Stevie Nicks, who came and performed Landslide with him. Legends performing with legends. On December 14th, we got Niall on SNL. He performed Nice to Meet You and Put a Little Love on Me. He did absolutely amazing in both of those performances. But as well as his 2 performances, he also did get to do a skit, the Hot Tub Ghost skit, which was so good. Ever since that day, I've been advocating for him to get to host. I want him to host more than I want to breathe, because it's what Niall Horan deserves. I'll have his performances and his skit linked down below if you want to go check him out. Support my boyfriend. On December 16th, Louis releases new merch into his stores, which is really cool because Harrie and Niall both were putting all kinds of new merch in their stores, so then it was Louis' turn. He finally put the black hoodie in his store with the smiley face on the back. Also on December 16th, One Direction. It's not often that I get to talk about the boys as a whole. Usually it's solo updates, but this one, it's a band update. On the 16th, the band won Boy Band of the Decade, as they absolutely should. We were in this competition against BTS for Boy Band of the Decade, and One Direction won. They are the boy band of the 2010s. We knew. So the fact that we won officially was a really good feeling. On December 18th, Harrie's Live Lounge airs, and he sang a cover of Juice by Lizzo. He said, "You better come get your man." I said, I think Harrie's Juice cover is the best thing that's ever happened to me. Also on December 18th, Niall did his performance at Jingle Ball Chicago. He ended up singing a cover of Katy Perry's Teenage Dream alongside Lewis Capaldi. Yes, they sang it together. Amazing content. Couldn't have asked for anything better. On December 19th, Harrie did his second one night only show, but this time it was in London, not in LA. And he did pretty much the same thing where he performed his entire album for the audience. But this time, the special guest was not Stevie Nicks. No, it was Stormzy. Harrie got up there and he said, "Fuck the government, fuck Boris." Remember earlier when I said that Harrie's juice cover was the best thing that happened to me? No, I lied. It was Harrie saying, "Fuck the government, fuck Boris," standing there right next to Stormzy with a crowd full of people. He yelled it too. He was like, "Fuck the government." That day, Harrie handed me all my rights, all of them. Also on December 19th, Louis releases the piano edit of Don't Let It Break Your Heart. If you haven't heard it, please God, listen to it. It's so beautiful. On December 21st, Niall took the time out of his day to go visit a children's hospital in Atlanta. Aww. Which was the sweetest thing he could have ever done, because this was a time when he was really busy going to all the different jingle balls and stuff, and he still took the time to go to this children's hospital in Atlanta while he was there to visit these children. So on December 24th, you already know what's going on. It was Louis' 28th birthday. I had several mental breakdowns on Louis' 28th birthday, as I always do, every Christmas Eve. It was really amazing to sit back and reflect on all the years that I've spent with him and how much has changed and how much he's getting older and learning more and doing more, and I've never been prouder of him, and I hope he had the best 28th birthday. On December 26th, Niall played a charity football, soccer, whichever you say, match, and him and his team raised over 10,000 euros. Look at Niall visiting children's hospitals, playing charity football. He's just the only man ever. Also on December 26th, we get a bunch of videos of Harrie playing games and celebrating Christmas with his family.
Because you
what are you doing on a Saturday morning?
It was very heartwarming to see Harrie at home with his family, just happy, comfortable, playing games as he should. I love that he gets his family time. Just you've been busy, take some time off, go spend Christmas with your family. But then also on December 26th, we get the exact same thing with Louis, videos and pictures of him spending Christmas with his family.
If he was stood up on his back legs,
Which also just warms my heart. Louis being a big brother, Louis being with his family and his granddad, and I know they work a lot, so I love it when they just get to have a moment to be normal themselves. On December 29th, Fine Line officially becomes the last #1 album of the entire decade. I can't believe he started the decade in 2010 on the X Factor singing "Isn't She Lovely," dreaming big, wants to be a star. And then he ended the decade with the last #1 album. That is officially everything that happened in December. I feel like this month wasn't too crazy hectic in terms of shocking news. I think this month was just a whole lot of promo, interviews, and performances because all the boys have been releasing new music / dropping albums / preparing to drop albums. December was very kind to us. I cannot wait to see what January brings because it is the start of a whole new decade. So with all that being said, thank you guys so much for watching the rundown. As always, I appreciate it so much, and thank you from the bottom of my heart. With everything in me, for 1K subscribers, still cannot believe it. I love every single one of you so much. Thank you so much for joining me on my journey here and listening to what I have to say all the time. It means the world to me. Thank you. Don't forget to add me on Snapchat now that I have one for you guys at jszmarie, as well as follow me with the same usernames on Instagram and Twitter. Keep up with what I'm doing over there. My main channel is also linked down there if you want to go subscribe over there if you haven't already. I hope you all have an amazing new year, and I will see you in my next video.